When it comes to farming up your masteries inside of Raid, there really is no correct way to do it. If you want to go ahead and just get all scrolls by dumping 800 gems in order to do that, I mean, that's your call. If that's how you enjoy the game and that's how you want to do it, fair play. However, that is definitely not the most efficient way to do it in terms of maximizing your resources when getting masteries. It's actually very, very inefficient, especially given how precious a lot of these resources are on the likes of a free-to-play account where you're really trying to maximize every possible resource that you are getting while farming up your mastery scrolls inside of Minotaur. So what is up, guys? This is Cobb. This is Mastery Farming 101 and all kinds of little tips and tricks just to make this maximally efficient as a process for you on your account, man. Before we get to that, if you're looking to create a new Raid account, man, start off fresh, a new free-to-play adventure, or you're looking to invite a friend to start playing Raid, send them the beginner promo link that is down below this video at the top of the description box, man. By creating a new Raid account, by using that link down below, you're going to get all of the free stuff that you see on screen right now, including the legendary turtle Michelangelo, as long as you get your account created before October 30th, where the free login champ chase thing to get Michelangelo completely for free will be ending at the end of this month on October 30th, man. So let's rock and roll. First and foremost, when people are putting together one of their Minotaur teams, a common mistake that I see, honestly, and I do consider this to be a mistake if you're looking to be maximally efficient with your Minotaur runs, is they'll take a champion like, I don't know, like for example, a Thor, and they'll go ahead and they'll throw in Thor as the team leader to be their Minotaur carry, and the Thor's job is going to be to make the runs not take forever. You can clear the run in like, I don't know, 25 seconds, 30 seconds or whatever, blast his way through the waves, kill the boss, and carry everybody else inside of Minotaur. But the Thor on my account is already level 60 and he already has full masteries on my account, and so we're wasting like 20% efficiency there. We've got a team slot that's being occupied by a Minotaur farmer. Now, if you want to be maximally efficient, you don't want to be doing this at all. Throw the Thor completely out of the team. And while the runs are going to take, of course, a hell of a lot longer if you just put like another non-level 60 champion in the team that's still farming up masteries, at least this way you're farming up masteries on every single champion in the team, and you're of course farming up experience on every single champion in the team as well. The runs will take longer. You might want to do your Minotaur runs like this, you know, like overnight. Just leave your phone running overnight, or maybe like you go to the gym for like an hour and a half or something. Just leave auto battles running. Every run might take like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or something. It might take a little while. This can be helped out a little bit by actually putting gear on a lot of these champions and actually gearing up all these champs so that obviously they stand a chance. Of course, they're going to need gear. I should say, if you're going to do this in Minotaur, you're going to want to fully gear all of these champions that you are leveling and farming up mastery scrolls on inside of Minotaur if you're not running a Minotaur farmer. And you're effectively paying the price of the runs being longer and slower to get done, but you're getting benefit across 5 champions instead of 4. It's really that easy. Now, when it comes to saving resources in your runs, like we showed at the start of the video, you can go ahead and, let me just check on the market real quick. Well, you can go ahead and spend 800 gems to unlock a champion's masteries as long as you're farming stage 15 of Minotaur. What you can do instead is spend your gems on energy refills, which are going to be in the gem shop in your shop menu. It's 40 gems for 1 energy refill, and after spending about 720 gems worth of energy refills, that's usually enough farming in stage 15 Minotaur to farm up a champion's masteries fully on 1 champion, that is. And so right away, you're already saving like 80 gems by doing the masteries inside of Minotaur, as opposed to just buying the gems outright. Buying the masteries outright for 800 gems. And so there's a small benefit to be had there. You can throw in on top of that every single clear of Minotaur is going to award you a flat amount of silver as well, which is lovely jubbly because that amounts to around 2.5 million silver, again, per champion that you fully farm up their masteries inside of Minotaur, right? There's a little bit of, like a little bit hard and fast with those numbers, of course, but it's about 2.5 million silver per champion that you fully farm. So that's pretty good as well. That's not to be overlooked. And not just that, but you probably, if you want to be maximally efficient, you also want to be farming up masteries on champions before they hit level 60, right? In the super early game where you're just getting started in Raid, throw this rule out, whatever, right? Until you've got like 5, 6, 7 level 60 champions on your account, you can kind of forget about this rule a little bit. Just getting champions up to 60 quickly is going to be your biggest concern when you're just getting started. But after that, dude, what I would actually recommend is, you see what I'm doing here right now? I've got a bunch of 6-star champions that are still leveling, right? So we're farming experience in Minotaur at the same time. What I'd actually recommend that you do is the following. Once you've got like a well-developed roster and like a dozen or so level 60s, what you then want to start doing, if you want to be maximally efficient with your resources now, which you want to do if you're like a free-to-play player and stuff like that, in my opinion, at least, just how I play the game, is you want to take champions as soon as they hit 5 stars, right? So a fresh legendary champion, for example, is 5 stars as soon as you get them. It might be an epic champion like Hoskarul here. As soon as they hit 5 stars, what you want to do is start leveling them from 5 stars up to 6 stars and level 60, like all the way from now until level 60 inside of Minotaur. This is going to take a while. This is going to take some time. This is going to take some patience, okay? But if you start, like if I start to take Hoskarul right now into Minotaur, right? He's only 5 stars, he's level 11, whatever. I take him up to level 50, I rank him up to 6 stars once he eventually gets up to level 50, and then I level him all the way up to 60. By the time he gets to about level 58 or 59 inside of Minotaur's Labyrinth, he'll then have full masteries. He'll then have full masteries, right? It just so happens to work out very, very smoothly that as soon as a champion hits 5 stars, if you just start leveling them in Minotaur, in a group of other champions that are leveling up in Minotaur as well, they are going to hit max level at about the same time, or maybe just before they hit full masteries, right? This is actually what happened with my Preva, the Slitherer. That's why she's level 59, but she has full masteries, right? As soon as I got Preva, I started leveling her in Minotaur. I got full masteries on Preva when she was halfway through level 59. So, like, you can see, this is just how this works out, and so it's massively efficient, right? You're saving gems, you're earning silver, about 2.5 million per champion, and you can fully level up a champion from 5 stars plus all the way up to 60 just about, and get their full masteries all at the same time. It's indisputable. It's indisputable that this is the best possible, in terms of efficiency, the best possible way to be farming your masteries on champions. Now, of course, the downside to this is that you're gonna get a new 5-star champion, like a new legendary champion or something, that you want to fully build up and take up to 60, for example. Take like Granite Doorkeeper, I haven't even touched yet. It's gonna be like a month till you actually get him to level 60. That's the downside of this strategy. And so, look, I'm not saying you have to go all in. You don't have to go balls deep on this strategy like I do. Like me, oh man, I am in. I'm inside of the... What am I talking about? Just move on from that analogy. That's terrible. Whatever, dude. I go all in on this strategy, right? You don't have to do that. You might want to start farming a champion's masteries inside of Minotaur and farming their levels once they hit 6 stars instead. You don't have to be as like try hard about it as me, but this is the way that I do it because I'm just obsessed with efficiency on my accounts and saving as many resources as I can get. So this is what I'd recommend. Now, some other caveats and some other things to be aware of when farming up masteries inside of Minotaur. I would still make sure that you're focusing on completing events that you want to get done first before paying any attention to Minotaur at all. For example, there's a spider tournament going on right now, and there's some dungeon diving that I want to do on the main account. I'm going to max out the dungeon diving. I'm going to at least finish this spider tournament on my main account and get these main objectives done on my main account before I look at Minotaur. And then what I do is spend any spare energy, any leftover energy at the end of the day that's just sort of loose, to keep my energy regenerating. I want to spend my energy all the time, and I never want to log out if I've got energy ready to spend. And so I'll spend that spare energy into Minotaur then. Additionally, you want to be blasting the hell out of Minotaur farming if there's ever a good time to do it. Again, once you've got your main objectives done on your account for the day, is of course during clan versus clan events, right? During CVC, it's one of the only times, if not the only time in the game actually, where you actually get any kind of event points at all for farming Minotaur. And so if it's a personal reward CVC and you're ready to just pump like 500 gems or something into like energy refills and you want to go mental with farming Minotaur, CVC is the time to do it, especially if you're trying to push for the win inside of CVC. Another time that's great to actually blast Minotaur is when you've got a bunch of champions that look a bit like this. Either a bunch of champions that you've recently taken up to 5 stars, right? Like good old Hoskarul here and Mr. Kaiden for me on my main account, right? These are 2 champions that I recently took up to 5 stars. You'll notice I didn't start leveling them straight away, right? It could be a similar deal as well with any champions that you've just taken up to 6 stars, which I don't actually have any good examples right now on the main account. I don't think I've put levels into most of them, but if you've got like a bunch of champions that you've recently just taken up to 6 stars, don't level them straight away, right? What you can do instead is consider at least saving them until something like a champion training event starts, which is, of course, the event above my head right now. Champion training event or champion training tournament. And then go ahead and just farm like their first 20 or 30 levels at 6 stars from farming in Minotaur while you do this. So at least you're benefiting from champion training and getting them some levels inside of Minotaur. At least those early levels, while the levels come easily, right? Just the first 20 or 30 levels. You're getting some points in champ training. You're farming up their masteries. Yeah, and of course you obviously wouldn't do this with champions like, for example, or I don't know, for example, Daithi would be a good candidate for this, right? He's at 6 stars, he's level 1, it's because I'm waiting for a champion training event to start before I throw Daithi back into Minotaur and farm up the rest of his masteries, because I got him all the way up to 50, farming up his masteries. He hit level 50, I ranked him up, and I just left him at 6 stars, just waiting for the next champion training event to start. So you can see what I've done here. I wouldn't bother doing this, of course, with the likes of Norog and Tagore and good old Noct the Paralyzer over here, because they're already level 30, level 40 at 6 stars. Farming up levels inside of Minotaur for these guys is going to take forever, and so it's not worth doing for like a champion training event, a champion training tournament. But there's just a little bit of double dippage that you can get there when you have a freshly ranked up champion to do a bit of that champ training inside of Minotaur during an event. Now, farming masteries does have that caveat to it into how efficient you want to be depends on how much time you're willing to spend waiting around and doing it the slow but efficient way, which is, of course, my preferred method. If you want to go ahead and spend gems on masteries, I can also see the counter argument for that too. I will play devil's advocate against myself here for just a second, right? While I would never do this myself outside of preparing a champion for content, like for making a video on the channel to review a champion, then fair enough, I'll go ahead, I'll spend the gems, I'll spend feasts and kegs and whatever the hell I have to just max a champion instantly, regardless of what events are active and stuff like that, just because I have to do that as a content creator, you know. Outside of that, I would never ever do this. If you want to go ahead and spend the 800 gems on unlocking masteries, I get it. I actually understand it, right? At the end of the day, I sort of alluded to this at the start of the video, but Raid Shadow Legends is a game. If this is how you enjoy the game, if you don't want to spend forever like waiting around and being hyper efficient with all of your resources all of the time, and this is one area of the game where you want to let yourself off the hook a little bit, I do understand that, you know. I massively disagree with it. And again, I never do it myself, but if this is the way that you want to do it, I do get it. You know, I do get it. Yeah. And so there you go, man. Haven't covered this topic in like over half a year or something on the channel. I like to refresh this guide every now and again for any newer players that are arriving in the game and are wondering why they're always out of gems and always low on silver. It's probably because you're making efficiency missteps in too many areas of the game, and one of those key areas could well be Minotaur on your own account, man. So there it is. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to like on the video and all that good stuff. And of course, if you ever looking to start off a new raid account, make sure to do that right now by clicking on the beginner link that is down below this video at the top of the description box to start off a new raid account with all the free stuff that you see on screen right now. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.